So welcome everybody, awesome morning to all of you. Thank you for your time today. Thank you to Javza and DP World for giving me this opportunity to speak about my mission and my purpose. So my name is Meher Mirchandani. I'm a mother with a story, a business leader with a vision, and an author whose work focuses on transforming lives and relationships through a better understanding of self-love. So this is an awareness presentation. I'll take you through that why is it important to love and how can we love ourselves, because that's the greatest of all love. So do you know who you are and what you are capable of? So this is the state of denial that we live in. Do we actually know who we are and what we are capable of? If we don't know who we are, it is very difficult to know what we are capable of. And this is actually my story as well. So let's say a yes if you want to fall in love with yourself a little more. You want to experience love in all relationships that you hold. And you want to feel alive and soaring. So we started with this exercise. This is called the Wheel of Life. The Wheel of Life is all the areas that we need to work on to feel fulfilled and complete. This is the relationship we have with ourselves in these areas. So if you can just take a few minutes to evaluate, it's a reflection exercise for you to see where you stand in these areas. This is 0 and this is 10. Awareness and reflection helps us get better at where we can get in life. So it's just a reflection exercise for yourself, just for yourself to keep that how you feel in that area, so you can consciously work on that area. And it cannot be compared to someone else. The Wheel of Life is personal. It is something you need to understand for yourself. You cannot compare it with your brother or your mother or your husband or your friend. It doesn't work like that in life, because the journey is about ourselves. The journey is an individual journey. And so however you feel in this area, please feel free to rate it. So it's relationship and self-respect, connection and spiritual guidance. This could be meditation, your prayers. How do you feel with your relationship with Allah or with any other higher power, whoever you believe in? Contribution and difference to community. How do you feel there? Growth and career, learning. How are you feeling you're growing in your career? Health, wellness, do you exercise, do you feel fit, are you doing your medical checkups every year? It's about how you feel in life on all these areas. Relationships with friends and family, relationship with life partner, because that it's called Wheel of Life because it's like a wheel. If all these are a little bit similar, the wheel moves faster. That's why it's called Wheel of Life. So you can also take it home and do it at your convenience. So the relationship, so the thesis and the reason for my book is the relationship we have with ourselves determines the quality of every other relationship in life. And this is what I have experienced in life, and hence I will be sharing a little bit about my journey. So the agenda for today is about me and my transformation, because I have gone through this and hence I stand here and talk. I have written the book because I really want to contribute to fellow humans, to explain to them why is it important to love themselves. What is self-love and why is it important? How can it impact your life? And how can you start your self-love journey? So today's talk is again an awareness talk of how you can start your self-love journey and why is it important for us, all of us. So my story, from victim to victor. As I mentioned to everybody over here, I was born in Javza. We've been very grateful to Javza. My father moved to Javza from India to set up garment manufacturing units. I was the princess of my father's life. I had everything. Since the time, even in India, even in Dubai, we had everything. God has blessed us with a lot. So I was very privileged. I was born in a privileged home. However, as my next transition in life, I got married, I started my business. Nothing was as per my expectations. Nothing was easy. Every aspect and every time I moved into the new phase of my life, I was hit by challenges. Every time I was so challenged that even after my marriage, nothing was as per my expectations. in our culture, and even in a lot of cultures, what we believe is that love is a process that happens when we love another and they love us back as per our expectations. So love is something we can't do to ourselves. That is what we have been taught. But that's not true, because my journey taught me that love is something that we have to do with ourselves. Expectations is something we must have with ourselves. So along the journey, I was broken. Nothing was as per my expectations. My fashion business, I started my fashion business when I was in university. It didn't go as per my expectations. I got married to the man I loved at the age of 22, and it was just not what I had imagined. Luckily, I'm still with the same man, and now it's better, but it was not what I had expected. Yes, yes. So all these learnings taught me to look inside, to look for happiness inside, because happiness is inside. It cannot come from outside. And slowly I got to learn. I actually broke, and that's why the name of my book is Come Alive, Don't Just Exist. I was just existing. I was waiting for someone else to fulfill me. I was waiting for someone else to love me, for me to feel complete. So I broke completely. So I didn't even know I was dead until I came alive. And that's what I write in my first book, Come Alive, Don't Just Exist. However, when I broke, the light did enter. With a few friends' guidance, I started learning healing. I joined the Entrepreneurs Organization, which is an organization that helps you do a lot of learning. And when you learn, you have better perspective. So learning taught me to look at things from different perspective, and that helped me to grow. And slowly, I was able to change my life from being a victim to being a victor, from being someone who was relying on other people to give them happiness to a person who can achieve its own happiness. And I learned coaching, I wrote the book, and I run the company, Palmon Group in Jabal Ali. I set up the fund with my father and my brother. We are the co-founders of Mandarin Logistics Fund in DIFC. So I run the company, I manage 2 companies, and I'm here today speaking and sharing my message and contributing. So thank you again, everybody, for being here. So what is self-love? The question is, what is self-love? I had never known there is something like self-love before my journey started. So self-love is a process of understanding who you are, knowing yourself, identifying self-limiting beliefs, reprogramming your subconscious mind, and letting go of everything that doesn't serve you, and finally falling in love with yourself. So it is a process, but today's talk is just to give you an idea of what self-love is. So when we are in love with ourselves, we will feel enough and complete. And that's our mission here on this earth, to feel enough and complete without external validation, without anyone else telling us that we are lovable, without anyone else telling us that we are beautiful, they admire us, they adore us. It is about loving ourselves fully for who we are. It's exactly like the courtship with another. We have to spend time with ourselves to understand who we are. Why is it important? Why is self-love important? It is important because it impacts your life. It impacts you as a leader, and it impacts your company at large, wherever you are working, or if you're running your own company, both, it's the same. So again, the relationship we have with ourselves determines the quality of every other relationship in life. So how does self-love impact our personal life? It impacts ourselves. We feel accepted, connected, and we feel alive when we are in love with ourselves. Our family, we feel compassion for our family. When we are in love with ourselves, we don't really expect anything from anybody, but we feel compassion for our family, our parents, our cousins, our sisters, our brothers, spouse and partner. And this actually happened to me. The more I started loving myself, my partner started respecting me more. He started accepting me more. He started loving me more. I'm married for 19 years now. So it's like the initial years, I thought he was my greatest challenge, but today he's my biggest blessing. And this is what happens with self-love. The children, you cherish the moments. You're able to live in the now because you're so in love with yourself and your journey that you're able to live in the now and enjoy them. If you're authentic to yourself, you are yourself, you're able to pass that on to your children. Friends and health. You're grateful for your friends. You don't judge them because you drop the judgment within you. When you drop the judgment, when you don't judge yourself, then you are able to drop judgment for everybody else. Be it your colleagues, be it your friends, family members, you just drop the judgment because you're not judging yourself all the time. Health, you become emotionally and physically strong. And this is the same thing that happened with me. I used to feel, because I was so not in love with myself, I used to feel so much body pain, so much shoulder pain, leg pain all the time. But once I started focusing on myself, my health is perfect, touch wood. So impact on you as a leader. Leadership is not about the title or designation. It's about impact, influence, and inspiration. Robin Sharma. So how does it impact you as a leader? We all are leaders. We either leading our companies, we are either leading our teams, we are either leading our house, we are leading our children, we are leading. We all are leaders, irrelevant of our position. So inspire. We are able to inspire people when we are in love with ourselves. When you become that person you aspire to be, you will be able to inspire leaders and peers in the organization. When you become that energy, when you become so much in love with yourself, everybody around you will be inspired by you. Leading by example. When you consistently work on growing yourself, you drive your team to grow in the same direction. Connect. As a leader, when you are in love with yourself, you are able to connect better with people on an authentic level. Again, you don't judge them. Because you're connected to yourself, you're able to connect with everyone around you. And that's what is important. Life is all about connection. It's about how you connect with them at an authentic level, at an honest level. Team performance. When you are genuinely concerned about the team members' growth at a human level, performance follows. Performance, money, anything material is a byproduct of how you grow yourself. When you grow yourself internally, you attract that energy and everything around you to be able to make you grow more. And that's how you feel successful in life. It's not about the number or anything. It's about how you are growing as a person and what you are achieving in your internal journey. Impact on the organization. Customers will never love a company until employees love it first. Simon Sinek. Profit. When you are driven by love rather than ego, you will be able to maintain and retain relationships with customers and suppliers. I have so many examples, and that's what I'm writing in my second book now. I have so many examples. I run the family business Palmone Group. I'm the managing director of the group, and I always speak to all my stakeholders with love. I will give an example very, very quickly because that will explain to you. So there was a time when one of our tenants, one of our customers was not paying us. It was 3 months and he didn't pay us. And he was like, no, because you are this, you are that. He was playing all these games. So my team leader told him that, you know what, we will stop all our services, we will stop all our work with you because this is not the way. 3 months you didn't pay us, we cannot work with you. So I said that they stopped their services with the customer, and I was like, why would you stop your services and why would you behave like this? They're like, because he has not paid us and we cannot bear this, and how will we survive? I said, okay, let's set up a meeting with that person and we will speak to him and we will understand what is his problem. I set up a meeting. I asked for forgiveness with this person. I asked him that what does he want us to do? He said he wants us to manage certain things. He said he wants to do this. I said, okay, we will do it. But when will you pay us? Because it's this is a business. So he said, I will pay you today. He transferred the money today and my team is running after him for 3 months or 4 months maybe. He didn't pay them. He paid me today. He transferred the money. As soon as I finished the meeting, I walked out. I just asked for forgiveness for stopping the services. I said, irrelevant that you have not paid, we should not stop our services, because also in our culture they say customer is God. So did I honor him? I didn't honor him. Did I use my values? Did I love him? I didn't love him. So when my team stopped his services, I felt really bad. I said, this is not as per the culture. I apologized. He paid immediately. He renewed his contract for another 2 years with us. He was going. He said, I am going. I don't want to do any business with you. So imagine how much loss the company would have. But I was, just because I gave him respect and I honored him, everything was solved in one meeting of 40 minutes. So this is how love plays. And I could only do that. My team could not do that. I could do that. I could go authentically with him and meet him because I am in love with myself. So I don't feel he will judge me. How can I say sorry? I am the bigger one. I didn't have any ego. I went with pure love and pure respect for my customer, because he's the one who is paying me, so I can pay my people, I can eat food. It was just so simple. But we cannot do these things if we don't love ourselves. Intrinsic motivation. When your team is connected to themselves, they are intrinsically motivated. When you are connected to yourself, you are intrinsically motivated. I mean, I reach my office at 8 a.m. every day. My team comes at 9 a.m. I don't need external motivation. I'm so motivated. I drop my kids to school at 7. I reach the office by 7:45, 8. I'm doing my work. I'm checking things. I mean, my father doesn't have to tell me what time to come. My HR doesn't have to tell me what time to come. I'm just so motivated to jump out of bed and come and make a difference in this life. So it's about intrinsically motivated. When you're connected to yourself, you just love life because you're loving yourself. Customer engagement. When you value relationships over transaction, there's always a win. And that's what I did in this meeting. I valued the relationship we have from before rather than thinking about this transaction. You have not paid me for 3 months. It doesn't matter. I value the relationship, and that's why he valued me. Immediately transferred the funds. Overall alignment. Conscious leadership will prevail as alignment is key to all organization. Just imagine a world where we all love ourselves so much. There will be no ego, there will be no expectations, there will be everything with love. And love is actually the highest money. It's higher than money. Love is actually the highest energy in the world. Imagine a place where everybody just loves themselves and loves everybody. It's just going to be an awesome, magical world, what it was meant to be. So this is how love impacts our lives and our journey. I have just shared how I lead my company. I'm an entrepreneur in Javza. I run the Palmon group. How I lead my company is by company values. I'm very conscious of the values. It can be your values. If your company has values, you must lead by their values. I'm sure Javza has values. The ability to be able to understand what those values are and communicate it with your team, and also be aligned to them. Values are like a compass. They guide you and they help you not to go out of line, and that really helps. Anytime my team has a question, I send them the values paper. I said, is it aligned with our values? If not, don't do it, drop it. Mindfulness meetings with leaders of my organization to align them. So if you are leading a team, you must have a 5-minute debrief meeting, but you not only about what we need to achieve, about who you are and how you have learned. You can share a book that you were reading. You can share anything about your personal life, because you have to be connected to everybody personally. It's more about the connection rather than, the command and the reward and all those things. It's more about the connection with people. People thrive on connection. They don't thrive on only rewards or awards or work or money and KPIs. No, people thrive on connection. The more connected you are to your team, to your family, the more happier you can grow together. Book club. So learning is for the mind and the soul what air is for the body. We must keep learning. We must keep learning. Reading a book, reading articles, reading anything that grows you. We must not shy away from that. We must remove at least 15 minutes a day to read and learn and share it with everybody. So how can you start your self-love journey? How can we start our self-love journey? So I started my self-love journey through these few things. to know yourself, we have to spend time with yourself. Today, if you want to know your brother, you have to spend time with him. You want to know your sister, you have to go for movies, you have to do things together, you have to do activities. You want to know your life partner, you have to spend time, you have to go on a date night. It's exactly the same. You have to spend time with yourself. To be able to love yourself, to be able to be connected with yourself, you have to spend time with yourself. It's exactly like knowing somebody else. Today I meet a friend, I meet Nadia. If I spend time with her, I will know her more. Same with ourselves. If we spend time with ourselves, we will know ourselves more. And that is what is important as a start of self-love. And you can do that through meditation or meaningful silence. You connect, reflect with yourself. You can do some breathing work. Just sitting in silence for 15 minutes, reflecting your thoughts, let your thoughts pass. Speaking to yourself in your thoughts really helps you understand yourself more. Journaling. So journaling is super powerful. I didn't know the power of journaling before, like 4 years ago. If you write what you feel, it gives a lot of perspective and helps you grow. In fact, the second exercise I have, if you can change the page, it is a journaling exercise. So I would love for you to do that exercise and let me know how you feel. So this is the journal in my book, and you can also do journaling just on a plain blank paper. Just journal your thoughts, your gratitudes, your forgiveness, anything you feel that day. Just journal it. And do you need something? Just journal anything you feel, even on a blank book. It really gives you a lot of power. It gives you reflection time. It connects you to yourself. And I tell this to all my clients. If you combine journaling and meditation together, your inner progress will be phenomenal. Do you need? Please feel free to ask me questions at any time. It's a very open, authentic, and very transparent conversation. Yes.
I am grateful to help anyone who want help from, for example, when he want any help, I want help him.
Yes. Yes, yes. Does, right? Yes, yes. I'm grateful for being kind with everybody else. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. That's correct. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, absolutely. I'm grateful for being able to help someone. I'm grateful for being able to think about someone else in their time of need. That's a great aspect to have. Yes, you must be grateful for yourself. You can be grateful for your life, your job, your children, your wife, your brother, your father's health. I keep telling my my brother that we should be grateful that our parents in so much good health. I mean, so many people know my father. He comes here to Jabza still now. He talks. He's 67 and he does everything himself. I keep telling my brother that, you know, you should be grateful that our parents are in such good health. That is the most important, you know, otherwise so much of your time and energy goes taking care of them. So I'm very grateful. My parents, my in-laws, they're in good health. So I can do my work, everything. There's so much to be grateful for in life. And also this, I admire, appreciate, proud about myself. This can be, you know, even speaking nicely to my colleagues, you know, being happy about something, you know, taking care of my daughter, taking her for a movie, anything, you know, it can be, you have to be proud of yourself. You know, being there for a friend, maybe a friend needed you to be there and you were available to meet her. Be proud of yourself, admire yourself for who you are. That's the journey we need to be on. It also happens sometimes that, you know, you call your aunt or you call your uncle and they feel so happy. So that could be on the section that what made me feel truly alive. What made me feel truly alive. One time I wrote, of course I do meditation, I exercise, I read. One time I wrote that I called my uncle in USA. That made me alive because he felt so happy to talk to me. So, you know, doing things that make you alive and happy. Journaling really helps reflect upon what you want more of in your life because you're happy about these things. The purpose of life is to just, you know, become aware of certain things and be conscious of where and how you want to be and how you want to be more of. So this really helps. What I learned today, I always think, and sometimes I learn from my children. She tells me, like today she told me, my daughter told me that, do you spend time with your brother enough? I said, yes, I work with him. In the car, my daughter told me. I was like, yes, I work with him. But she said, but I think you only talk about work with your brother. Do you have fun with your brother? I said, I love my work. I have a lot of fun because I work with him. I eat lunch with him. He's like, no, I never hear you call the phone and just talk with your brother. Look at how they observe things. So I thought after this presentation, I will call my brother and just say hello, because I don't do that. Because, I'm like, okay, did you do this? Did you do this? He'll tell me, did you do this, Meher? This is due, this is this, this is, because we work together, But that was a learning for me today. When my daughter asked me, how is the relationship with your brother? I said, but I love my brother. I'm like, no, but you don't just talk to him. So, these little things in life, if we become aware of, our life can become magical. And the affirmations are very, very important. The daily affirmations. What is that one thing you want to achieve in life? Affirmations means repetition. And repetition helps you reprogram your life. If you keep telling yourself that you love yourself for who you are, even if you have a belief of not loving yourself, slowly things will change. According to Dr. Bruce Lipton, who's a biologist and a scientist, he says affirmations are the way to reprogram your subconscious mind after the age of 7, because our subconscious mind is actually closed after the age of 7. So affirmations is a form of repetition that helps you reprogram. If you think there is a weakness you have, you can do a lot of affirmations and of course work on itself, and things will slowly improve. So that's the value of affirmations. So what did we learn today? Denial is the ultimate comfort zone. We all love to live in denial. We love to think that we know everything. We love to think that we know ourselves. That is denial. Let's get out of our comfort zone and let's understand what we need to learn, what we need to know about ourselves. So let's get out of our comfort zone and understand more of who we are. We hold ourselves back from our greatness. We are not a victim of anything but our own thinking. So nobody in life did anything to me, but I still suffered in my head for 13 years of my marriage, and after my marriage, I suffered. Nobody did anything. I mean, my husband is the same, my in-laws are the same, they're always very, very nice. But I suffered because my own expectations were killing me. I was not able to grow because I was not working on myself. Nobody does anything to you. Nobody does anything to us. We do it to ourselves, because the limitations are only in our head. The limits are only the limits that we set ourselves. There are no limits in life. It's all about us, our heads, our thoughts. Nobody is out to get you in life. This is what I learned in my journey. Nobody is getting me. Nobody is out to get me. It's my own limitations, my own beliefs that don't let me move forward in life. So we need to understand that and move away from those. We are who we are meant to be, and we are the ones who must make the first step to make sure we can progress in our own life. We are responsible. We must make ourselves the priority. The relationship that we have with ourselves determines the quality of every other relationship in our life. So be in love with yourself. You are your number one priority. When you make yourself the priority, everything else will fall in place. And that is the role of ourselves and our relationship that we hold, is to make ourselves the priority. Nobody tells us this, but we need to realize it to be able to progress. The more in love you are with yourself, the more in love you will be with your in-laws, with your parents, with your children, with all relationships, with your colleagues, with your work. Everything will change. And it has happened with me. It can happen with anybody. So it's a proven thing. I'm the example. Consistency is key. To be in love with yourself, you must stay connected to yourself every single day. Consistency is key. You must practice these things every single day. It's like if we don't brush our teeth, we will feel sticky. If we don't shower, we will feel sweaty. So you have to do your connection with yourself, your journaling, your meditation, your exercise. You have to do it every single day to be able to prioritize yourself. So remember, in love with ourselves equals we are complete, fulfilled and alive. We don't need anything from anybody else. In love with ourselves, we will feel powerful and limitless. Loving relationship with self equals loving relationship in all other areas of your life. So we're open to thoughts and questions. I'll just take you back to this slide. So this is how I got to know myself and connect with myself. Even today, I don't leave the house without meditation, journaling, exercise, and reading and learning. I always read at least 2 pages. As soon as I get up, I meditate, I read, I journal, and then I exercise. Even 4, 5, 6 minutes, I do stretching, but I do all of this before I leave the house. It's just an investment of 45 minutes. You can also start at 30 minutes. But this shows the world, the universe, that you prioritize yourself, you care about yourself, you love yourself. And when you start doing this, you will be powerful and limitless. It has happened with me. I coach a lot. I do a lot of individual coaching with a lot of leaders, chairmen of multinational companies. And this ritual has helped them grow immensely. It's very, very simple, but consistency is key. We need to do it every single day. It's like taking a pill. If you don't take that every single day, you will not feel that. So yes, please, I'm open to thoughts and questions. Anything, any question you want to ask, I'm more than happy to openly answer it because I'm here to serve.
Are you dealing with your employees with love?
Yes, absolutely. Even my CFO, I tell him that, can you please deal with this supplier and this customer with love? And he's like, Meher, you have employed me to do love or to make numbers and give you the presentation and strategy? I said, no, you will communicate with love. You please change this, or I will change this email and send you. So it's always about love. You have to. And I deal with a lot of love with my employees. On every Sunday, on every Monday morning now, we have a 30-minute session where I explain to them about my journey. We do this mindfulness session, and I treat them like my children and my family. I just cannot do it any other way because I'm authentic. I cannot be different at home and different in the office. I cannot. And I tell my father this also because I'm second generation. It's his business. It's his thing. So I always have to keep explaining to him. You deal with everybody how you deal with me. I'm your daughter. You even like they are our children. So you have to deal with that much love and respect with everybody. So the first step to your transformation is to know yourself and be in love with yourself. This is the first step to your transformation. We are here to transform. This is an earth school. And the more we realize it, the better we will feel, the more we can progress. School doesn't end at grade 12, university. That just doesn't end. So we will be hit by challenges. The more prepared we are, the lesser challenges. I was not prepared. I faced so many challenges for like 13, 14 years of my life. And now every challenge feels a little lesser because I'm more prepared. It's all about the preparation we do in life. So this is how you can hear me, read me. I have my podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Please hear my podcast, review, rate it. Let me know how you feel. Give me your feedback so I can improve and change and connect with me. There is a lot of free resources on my website. There is journaling. You can download this from my website. It's mehermirchandani.com. There's a 30-day journaling challenge. There's a self-love quiz you can take to evaluate where you stand in your journey with yourself. And there's lots of articles. And of course, I'm always available. meher@mehermirchandani.com. I'm always available. So please feel free to email me for any question you may have. That's my LinkedIn profile, my Instagram and Facebook. Please follow me. And my book is available on Kinikunya, Borders, Amazon, Amazon Kindle, and Audible if you would like to hear it. So most of the material is there on my website. If you need anything, please feel free to download it. Please share it with any friends, any family members who you think might benefit out of it, who needs to hear this. Trust me, nobody does anything to us. We do it to ourselves. So let's just break that myth and live life head on how we want our lives to be. I didn't imagine on my journey I could be an author, I could be a speaker, I would stand in front of so many people and speak my truth, my mission, my purpose. I never imagined. I thought I would have to be reborn into a new life to do that. But through my work, through understanding myself, through my journey, I'm able to be the person I was meant to be in the first place. I was waiting. There was a point I was waiting to die so I could be reborn into the life I wanted. I didn't know it was possible in the same life, but it is possible. So please take the opportunity and be who you're meant to be. Thank you for having me. Thank you all for attending and participating. I really appreciate it. Thank you.